Hello, friends. If you're new, welcome. If you are a fan or a subscriber, welcome back. I really do appreciate the patronage. Today I am going to go through the Apocalypse of Daniel. If you have been following my Daniel series, you will know that the Apocalypse is not all that Daniel refers to. Let's go. Just a note on apocalyptic literature before we begin. It was a genre introduced by the Judeo-Christian religion, and it foretells the end of the world in narrative form. Scholars think that Daniel 7 was composed to complete the narrative cycle before chapters 8 through 12 were written. It differs from later apocalyptic visions, not only in that it was written in Aramaic, but it has different eschatological concerns. Chapter 7 deals with the establishment of God's kingdom and the ousting of Gentiles. Meanwhile, chapters 8 through 12 concern the temple and its sacrifices. Thus, chapter 7 is much more related to the eschatology of chapter 2 than the other apocalyptic visions. These differences suggest a wide gap in both time and context between chapter 7 and chapters 8 through 12. While redaction critical arguments like this are rarely conclusive, a pre-Maccabean date for chapter 7 is plausible, since references to Antiochus can be removed without hurting the text, making these later insertions to update the text for the Antiochian persecution. The eschatology of Daniel 2 and 1 probably took place in the Jewish diaspora in Babylon soon after the Greeks defeated the Persian Empire in the Wars of Diadochi. The remainder of the chapters were written after December 167 BCE. This can be seen in the fact that they are aware of the temple's destruction and the stopping of sacrifices. Yet it was completed before the end of 164, the time when Antiochus IV was killed at Tebais, and the Maccabees retook and reconsecrated the temple. Scholars have differing opinions as to whether we should attribute all the chapters to a single author, or if style differences can be attributed to 2 or 3 different authors. Yet chapter 8 was composed as a companion piece to chapter 7, since it alludes to elements in chapter 7. The fictionalized dates of the 2 visions to the 1st and 3rd years of Belshazzar gives more reason to link them together, and suggestions have been made that the vision of chapters 10 through 12 was composed to further explain that of chapter 8. However, the vision of chapters 10 through 12 details Seleucid and Ptolemaic history, suggesting it is a reworking of an account of a Seleucid historical document with added eschatology. Chapter 9 centers on exegesis of a prophetic text rather than being a dream or a vision, and interrupts the close connection of the visions in chapter 8 and chapters 10 to 12, leaving some to suggest it was a later insertion. The redaction and composition of the Book of Daniel, as we know it today, in the MT tradition, must have happened rapidly, because the earliest manuscripts of this tradition from Qumran date to only a bit over 50 years from the composition of chapters 8 through 12. Well, friends, that's it for today. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. If notifications are not working, I usually have something out every day. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this video. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Remember, you are beautiful just the way you are, but self-improvement is never a mistake. Until next time, friends, goodbye.